What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hard Carry, where we're carrying CDL matches straight to you. We're here today checking out the London Royal Ravens versus the Vegas Legion. Vegas Legion looking pretty hot after their new roster change with S&D, and London the exact opposite with losing all their matches so far with Yuli, but they could change both, turn it around right now. Let's check it out.
Close as possible, and ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into this one. Hydro Hardpoint, map number 1.
And you get the good spawn as well off the rip for Vegas. So, you know, Temp already has that lightning KD on P2. It's because he can find his home in top dome. But Ravens, off the rip, have already basically sent 3 players on the flank. So they can trade away a little bit of this P1 time. They want those spawns, and by the looks of it, they're going to get them. It is the instant flip off the rip. That is exactly what one want to accomplish. Of course, though, 30 seconds of time is a lot to be grabbed. So Ravens, great job on the flip, but you got to get Vegas out.
Yep, the scoreline may not reflect it, but good start here for the Ravens. See if they can get themselves into the point. Yuli, the man of the moment, into the kill feed he goes. Temp's going to be on Overwatch here. Lovely work again. Nasty now, helping things out.
S&D already slaying in the back.
Of P2. Will number 3, that's going to be Scraps. He has a very, very important job ahead of him. His teammates are spawning on the left-hand side of the minimap. Keep an eye on that one. Over towards the new hard point we go, and Scraps, he will be the thorn in the back of Vegas. Win this fight. Great work. Now pressure on through the front.
Just one of those awkward moments where, like, the, you know, S&D gets through and then as the split spawns, but Scraps wins the big gunfight in the back, playing nice and patient, has reinforcements from Yuli to come here and help him out. But these are the key gunfights to win. Yuli going to be that first man in, and at least for the contest time, nice little 50-50 standoff as everybody just looking for that extra edge. And by the looks of it, Yuli is going to take it. Waits patiently for Clayster to chow, and London, at least the patience pays off to attempt to get this hill time, but still that square up battle.
Swear about it. It's slow, it's steady, it's done. Temp finds himself 2. That's going to be another chunk of time going towards the Vegas Legion. 46 and
good job from Vegas here
as we come towards our
to start this
hardpoint
off
so far. TJ, he's in the back. He's looking to secure this position, make sure his boys spawn up. Scraps, once again, he's the anchor right now, looking to clean them up also. If he can find these kills, get the Ravens into a much better spot. They're cleaning house, though. TJ taken care of. Next problem, hardpoint, and here we go. Ravens, it's a clean field. It's an opportunity for a comeback.
Oh, they did botch the old P2 even when they got the spawn, so you have to make sure that you execute this time around. They did a great job of sniffing out TJ, clear out the back of their base, and now you can afford to push forward and try to get that P1 control. So almost as good as it gets for the setup for Ravens, except for the fact that they don't
S&D.
want water. S&D jumps right up
and
turns it into a 5 spree. You get all of your teammates alive, and you just leave something completely open. S&D happy to see that gap.
It's a perfect opening from S&D, and that's why you bring him onto the roster. Wonderful work out of him. 7-3 overall. TJ up top, taken care of there. Yuli and Nasty, they're in the feed. The Ravens right back into it. A bit more time we had. Temp, though, keeps his flippers on. He's going to win that gunfight, and for now, that's a lot of space that the Ravens aren't able to work with. Rotation down again. We oscillate from one side of the map to the other for the next hard point. Backside of Ruins, Asim versus S&D. S&D wins a big one. That's
wow.
the line, all good for Vegas.
S&D playing well. 8-3 start.
P2 and P3, Ravens had the rotation. They won the big gunfights to actually secure that early time. And
wow!
Completely throttled anyway. So there's a lot of gunfights that the Ravens need to be winning right now, including when they get the setup. But maybe things will be better if they have to break.
S&D really beaming right now.
Not a fun situation to be in, but
he's on a redemption tour.
Try. 3 players right now stacked up inside of Ruins. Scraps looking for his first kill.
He's moving well. The old mountain goat, he's got himself a lovely angle to work with, but not a single Vegas player to deal with. Clay keeps himself safe. Oh, the rechow. Good shots though out of Scraps. Stays alive. 30 seconds remaining on this hard point. The Ravens have been wiped off of it. They might be looking towards new, but once again, it is Vegas Legion. Sound control. They're winning those individual fights. They have got full map control, and the score, they're running it up.
And this is a super comfortable game as well right now for Vegas. You see they leave those back spawns open, so players like Yuli already going to be spawning out.
Oh, nice play from Asim.
Contest time, if Yuli can get it, it may be great long term, because actually now you're starting to win those gunfights on rotation. Asim with a bit of a hot hand. He goes on a 3 spree and at least creates an opportunity to try to win this rotation. But I mean, you look at the minimap, it is still a little bit scattered. Vegas players are everywhere, but hey, Asim is here to cut him down.
He's still going, man. It's a 4 spree right now from Asim. Lovely work. The man up in the point. Ooh, time though has come to an end. Scraps from the back now. Can't get any more kills out there. A lot of tags, not enough to get the actual finishes though. Once again, Vegas Legion in control of the hard point now. Ravens through the front. S&D's the first man in. Tags are there. It's a 4 spree done from him. S&D still absolutely frying though. Temp on the inside. Anyone there to stop him? Any
Temp with a
teamwork there for the
Vaznev.
Ravens? A bit of a bait and switch? No, Temp absolutely puts him down. Nice work again.
Oh.
From Stanley. There we go. Scraps is in. Is this enough to get Vegas off the time?
I mean, no, it's not going to look like anything.
No, it's not.
Enough
No,
for
it's
Mud
Wow,
Light.
wow.
Asim goes on like a 5 spree on this hill, and they still can't secure the rotation. They won the rotation in P2 and P3, couldn't lock that down, and then the first time Vegas really cleanly won a rotation over towards this, or the P4 rather. They held it for a substantial amount of time. Quite literally, even off the rip, Ravens did have like a perfect opening break and got basically nothing off of it. So I think Legion
Champ
have
going
basically been
for
able to do
P2,
whatever
that's
they
good.
want, including
Good play.
Standy, new man on the team, 15-6.
Having a great time. Back over to our first hard point.
Temp looks like he's in the
full
water.
rotation,
Oh, no,
now
he's
the
not.
second set, and with that, let's go for a listening. Vegas
Someone's
Legion.
out there in the water, though. It's TJ.
Huge.
Yeah, I'm setting up.
I'm in
One in broken. I told him.
He is.
Good job.
Yo, I'm going mid. They're gonna spawn P3.
Top red, let's go.
I went mid. They're all gonna spawn P3. If you want.
Yeah,
Top red, right side,
One guy's
man.
spawn P2. One guy's P2 still. I spawned out.
Back P2. One
Back
shot.
P2. Make sure we try and rotate, guys. Just go right. Go right.
P2,
Go right. Go right together, yo. Play together.
Oh,
Play
dead. One more
together.
hill. One more hill. Yuli. And one's mid dub arch. Close.
Mid dub arch shot me. Asim's dub arch. Asim's dub arch not broken.
Still dub
Right side
arch.
broken.
Still dub arch.
Let's hit
Someone might have went
him.
broken. He's in broken, I think, guys. Top broken, yeah. Scraps. We
only
didn't
got
gold.
one.
Make
Top
sure we
down.
send
Top
two
down.
right,
One
guys.
shot nasty.
After we kill these kids, make
Actually,
sure we
we
go
top
two
right.
right.
Dude, he's top red. He's top red. Teach. Some are close red on us.
Alright, I'll come right. I'm going right.
One guy's close red somewhere.
Hill.
One's top broken. He could be scav.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright.
P1, dome, and hill.
I'm look scav.
Yo, dub
He's
arch.
no, back curve, nasty.
Back curve. I'll spawn low right. Top
Top
broken.
red.
Take
Dead.
our time, guys.
Top
Take our
broken.
time. I'm top right.
Top broken,
Look
top
over
broken,
dome.
weak. Top broken, weak scraps.
I'm looking elbow.
Top broken backing up. And
Looking
curve,
over elbow.
curve and
Nading
top
hill.
broken.
Naded hill.
Top broken,
broken,
scraps. Scraps, top broken. Only one guy hill right now.
Broken dead out of hill, yo.
Dub arch.
Top broken weak. Top broken dead. Three.
Let's
Go,
go, time.
go. I'm
Stay
looking
new.
over.
Stay
I'm challenging
P3. Stay
with
P3.
Alright,
Lane
I
on hill.
blocked the back
You
spawn.
should have came curve, man.
Block the back spawn.
Lane on hill. Two.
No,
Another
they're
one.
P5.
They're
They're spawning on you guys.
One more P1.
Teach.
I'm blocking
Teach if
P3,
you
We're
want.
gonna spawn
Blocking
P5 now.
Hold on,
We're gonna spawn P5. Go. We gotta bang that dome.
Yeah,
We're
he's
gonna spawn
dome. He's dome. He's dome.
One elbow. Teach.
Spawn P5.
Close
Lane
ones. Two on us. Teach.
P5.
One P5 weak.
I'm going to the back on.
Front dead. I gotta go top. They can hit water
Oh,
hop.
I heard you.
They can hit water hop.
Yo, I'm just gonna stay deep. I'm staying deep water.
One shot going dubs.
Everyone
Spawned
out.
out. Two
Everyone
spawned
One
out,
guy,
guys.
one guy's deep green. Asim's
Two
deep green.
spawned out.
dog.
I'm gonna spawn out. Me and Eli.
Guys, it's no small feat dealing with scraps there. A couple of comms mishaps from Vegas Legion, but ultimately good work out of them. They're retaining full hardpoint control. We'll see what happens on the new, though.
I mean, hey, London had some pretty good work on P2. I know
Yeah,
Vegas
London.
got the break, but they end up flipping the map, and Ravens again with an opportunity where they win the rotation and try to secure a decent amount of time. You get Yuri pushed out in a halfway decent position. Can't win the gunfight though. Sandy
They're
just
just
there to
gunning
fry.
right now.
Looks like Vegas have won basically every single kill in the feed. At the very least, it forced Ravens towards that back spawn as Sandy continues to fry.
We're Asim now, close and personal on hardpoint. Clay wins that fight.
Asim
Gets himself
is
two more
gunning.
nasty on the pinch.
Asim's the only one on London gunning, though.
Here on this hardpoint. No one's really been able to get a massive amount of time. So now we go over towards next. Lovely moves out of Nasty there to stay alive. He's got to get himself towards the backside of this map. Let his boys now push up. This is going to be a difficult spot to be in for the Ravens. A massive comeback needed from them. Here comes the next hardpoint.
100 points.
Yeah, Nasty knows. I don't know if Clayster actually spotted him, but Clayster's certainly ready for this push nonetheless. And Sandy in a bit of a cheeky spot as well. Nasty might have read it, but wrong gun for the job. And that entry sort of AR, not something that's always going to pay off. And first couple gunfights rather, get won by Vegas as they are just cleaning house everywhere around this broken hill.
Swedish chance
100
for a
point
moment there.
club,
Over 200
maybe.
points now for Vegas Legion. Business end of the hard point. Game clock might come into effect as well. We don't see much of that in MW2, but for now, it's Vegas in firm control. Ravens now making their way forward. Temp has the entire cross covered. The reinforcements will manage to make their way through. Good work out the Ravens. They're in for now. 25 remaining. A big gunfight win from Yuli. Teach, though, over towards Nu. He goes. This is an important 20 for the Ravens to try to get. Clay denies as much of it as he can, and this is big. Streaks now from Temp. Get the players off the point if possible. No. Trophy saves a day, but Vegas is set up for Nu. Vegas set up for the win.
I mean, hey, as far as cruise missiles go, right? I think a 17% success rate, you might as well just use it when you're free and clear on the rotation and get set up for the intel. So Vegas get the setup that they want. One player pushed out and blocking the spawns in the back. Someone over towards that Zinni Rock and try to keep control of this. And that's
Zinni Rock.
at least able to take one down. And there's Clayster in the wings. The setup was nice and clean. And now you're just hand delivering.
There it is.
freebie
About
kills
20
to the
seconds
SMG
away from winning
players
here.
inside. Right there, as good as it gets for Vegas on the setup. They set him up. Now they've knocked him down.
They've knocked him down indeed. The final few moments now, Nasties have to find this entry. Once again, AR, timing works out for him. He's in though. An open hard point. Over to Temp. Can he catch his players out as the approach is now on? The Ravens shoulder to shoulder downstairs. Temp finding one from up top. 25 remaining on this point. You need every single possible second for the Ravens, and no one has dealt with Temp. He's still alive and kicking, and he's still frying. And gets another unbelievable stuff from
Yep, 9 seconds for Temp.
Vegas can do it right here, right now. Nasty cleans them up. Still on point. Final 5. Standing on the outside.
That's it.
And that is that,
Vegas.
ladies and gentlemen. Map number 1.
Taking map 1.
Vegas Legion.
And there you go. Taking care of business, the most dangerous map in the series, at least on paper, where Vegas might have been most fearful of London. Completely executed.
Good job.
Taking care of business. I mean, London avoided the 100-point club fate, but certainly
They
one
did.
of the more dominant hard points you're really going to see in Modern Warfare 2. So clean and easy, no sweat on their brows for Vegas. I think Standy put up another phenomenal performance, right up there in the slaying category. Also collected over 2 minutes worth of hill time.
117.
So really the new SMG continuing to prove his worth on this roster.
27-17 for Temp. 24 and 16 for Standy.
To see how easy their job was on that map in most situations, getting to post up, being free and clear on those rotational gunfights, and really just taking care of business.
They just need to blow it up.
Shot there for Vegas Legion, 250 to 117. Word to the Chief. And Stanley again, great performance out of him, 24 and 16, 27 and 17 there from Temp. As we look across the highlights here from map number 1, and a lot of nice heads-up plays from the Ravens, a couple of clean breaks, but ultimately rotations and those massively important gunfights towards the back line, towards that sort of 10 plus 10 minus seconds of these hard points.
Asilo search is next.
Found a success chance. Open a shot though, and I tell you what, his Nameless called it. London really needed to win map number 1. We're going to see one hell of a comeback for the Ravens here in this series if they're going to win it.
And, you know, even watching these highlights, some of these moments are, like, brutal. Like, the Standy 3-piece he got on P3, just jumping up from the water. I mean, there's, like, 3 directions to look on that hill. You got 4 players to watch them, and London just completely leaves something open and just get pieced up, like, in that situation. Like, London, especially the first set of rotations, did so many of the difficult things right. They
Standy
had
was
a great
just
opening break to flip the spawns.
Period.
Even when they, like, partially lost them, Scraps was winning the gunfights on the back. They were sniffing out TJ, trying to be sneaky on P3, and again, winning rotations, consistently setting up themselves up for success, and then quite literally never being able to actually execute and doing those simple little things of not watching a water jump up. So Vegas did the best they could first set, making up for sort of bad situations and really picked them apart. And anytime Vegas were able to get set up again,
1.59 KD for Temp.
And deliver in those crucial moments. Yeah, 250 to 117, nothing to break down there. I'd say as we go into that Asilo S&D though, one of Vegas's bread and butters. They're going to be feeling good, and Standy still going to be that player to watch.
Indeed. Keep an eye on Standy throughout this one, but for now, for the Ravens, they're getting more and more practice as a roster. Of course, Yuli joining the squad just after the last major. Will Asilo, will Search and Destroy be something that they can really turn this series around with? Because that hotel control is still very much up in the air. Who's going to walk away with the win there? Again, Vegas have not given us enough in the game mode. London, again, will the woes continue? We'll find out, though. As Asilo coming up next, Search and Destroy. Ladies and gentlemen, and we didn't see that Mikado. Hotel was banned out, by Vegas. Mikado doesn't come through either. We'll see if Asilo is going to be the moment for the Ravens to turn this all around. We'll find out, Chance. I saw that shake of your head, mate. It's going to be a tough one indeed. Vegas are a fantastic Search and Destroy team. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely. And on this map, they've loved it all year long. Standy in his debut, I think went 9-4 on this map, was like 4-0 on his opening duels for the First Blood. So Standy filled into Asilo S&D like butter on this team. And then on the flip side for London, we watched him play against Boston. I think they gave away a couple clutches, a couple aces to players like Awakening. And there was a lot of those moments where, like, bottom pool, London just didn't really know what direction to look, end up getting shot in the back.
I don't think London knows what to do, period.
So Asilo is not
This is
exactly
not looking good at all for them.
They were completely on point. Vegas is a very strong team, so a little bit dangerous time in the S&D game mode when you're going against Vegas, and especially because London wanted to ban Mercado, the maps they've had the most success on, and sort of an average one for Vegas. But hey, they know what they're doing. They're there for the scrims every day. They know what their strengths are, so maybe London will have something cooked up.
Oh, they'll have something cooked up indeed. Long series still ahead of us, folks. Vegas take the first. We're in the second map. Now we go. Will the Ravens have the result of metal to bounce back? Let's find out. Vegas.
I don't think this one's a
Has been an
bounty match.
Exceptionally strong mode for them for a long time. Standy as well, another great addition to the team. We'll find out what happens. So here we go. There's the stats overall. The record's not fantastic. Much more play out of Vegas Legion here on the map and mode. It comes to the first bloods, no probs. Chance the retakes though. That's a very, very strong indicator of how this could go.
That is almost operation like we need to be aggressive as a team and just not give up these bomb plants. And I mean, keep in mind on Asilo, if you're getting picked apart and like losing the first blood battle on defense and then they just go for the bomb plant, it's going to be a tough, you know,
They keep
situation
fucking
no matter
failing.
which
They
way you
did this
look at
all
it, but
earlier for map
19%.
1.
If that's not worse than league, I would be very surprised. So, yep, don't let the bomb go down. Play aggressive. Maybe,
Someone keeps
somewhat
failing
of a
to get
key
into
for
the
London.
lobby, though.
I know certainly in their match against Boston, quite a few of those rounds where everybody was just sort of turtled up in and around like the pool area of the map and like trying to play corners and whatnot, which like structurally makes sense, but they ended up getting picked apart. So maybe the extra bit of experience they've had, they can talk things over. Obviously, Yuli, the new man on the squad, try to get him a little bit more comfortable on the map. So opportunities to be sure, but no lack of comfort, I would say, for Vegas. Again, Standy, who had a ridiculous debut and seemingly has not slowed down.
Not at all. We're almost ready to roll back into this one, folks. A slight lobby drop there, but here we go. Vegas raring to get into this one. We'll see if Standy can put up another brilliant performance, as everyone has been shaking it off today. Tay Swift must have been on the playlist. We'll see if
Shake
the
it
same
off.
energy is brought in game. For Nasty, I want to see him go wild here. Asilo, a small map. Tight corridors the inside, looking for those long lines of sights. AR's still having a good time. We see snipers used here quite regularly. And on the outside, don't forget, snips are plenty. There's that B-bomb site in that little building with the AC unit on top of it. We will see that bomb go down. It will not be a great look for the Ravens, but we'll see if they can up those retake stats. Here we go. Ladies and gents,
Here we
map
go.
number 2.
We're good.
Did you say Tate? I had no idea you were a Swiftie.
I'm a
learn
Swiftie.
something new every day.
Yeah, man. I'm a fan. What can I say? Big fan of Clayster as well. Sniper in
Especially
it. Let's see if we can
sniping,
get
yep.
this player out. As things are about to get very, very ugly over by the bomb site. Oh, Scraps is here too, and he's dancing with death. Clay has given up that line of sight. He's backed on over. A bomb site. Here comes the plant. Ravens, time to retake.
And I know the retake rate for London wasn't particularly great. It wasn't fantastic for Vegas
Oh, yeah.
either, but at least you get that intro kill. Clay with the snipe, one of the most impactful of all time, and this year especially. Gets you the first blood, but now it's sort of a 3v3 for his teammates around the site, but Clay does have the intel.
And again, he passes that information over. Here comes his teammates to into the fight. Scraps, though, makes it a 3v3. Clock's ticking now. Listen, 20, and that bomb goes boom. There's the play from Nasty. Traded out immediately. It's a 2v2. Time ticking. Clay can't find anything with a pistol. Big wins out of the Ravens. That's going to be the retake.
Ravens,
and they're on
okay.
the bomb as well. That one goes to the stats. Nice start.
Yeah, and I totally didn't get confused about who was on offense and defense, but either way, that 19% rate there for London, immediately able to clutch up in spite of the first blood that comes through. I know what, Standy loses a gunfight down low. Scraps started with the sniper, ends up picking up 2 in the round with the Vastnev in hand, and I know if he loses that gunfight to Temp, I believe Yuli is still very weak from the previous gunfight, so could have been an opportunity for Temp clutch, but London, they shut that door and defused that bomb. That is the exact sort of start that they need on this map. London 1-0.
That's a nice start. Recency bias is one thing, but again, it was a very, very difficult showing against Boston, albeit yesterday. Starting things off with a prattle of gunfire across the bottom side of Asilo. Scraps has been stunned into oblivion. Not going to slow him down too much. His teammate's still anchoring towards that A bomb site. They're hankering for a bit of a plant. See if they can get it over there.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Look at that door bait. That is perfectly timed for Nasty to get that kill.
Oh.
And follow it up with the seam, getting the one on Clayster. Already a 4 versus 2 for London, and now you're just sort of hiding behind a tree. Temp can see him, but this is a ridiculously difficult gunfight to win. Talk about shooting at a pixel. And it is interesting because Standy actually has a bit of control. So you know the bomb's not going down at B. Standy knows the bomb isn't going down at A. So London's still forced to make a move, and they might be falling into a trap. Yeah, Temp's got everybody lined up and the damage is in. Hasn't gotten a kill yet, though.
Backed up. Here comes Standy. Oh, this could be the moment. There's one. Standy, can he get a second?
Oh.
Can't get it. Asim wins a big fight. All down to Temp. Oh, man, he's still down and hurt. Cleaned up.
Standy needed to
Ravens are
do
slightly
more there, but
unorthodox
that was
round.
tough.
That is 2 in a row.
Good play
You'll
by
take it.
London.
Yeah, Yeah, shout out to Asim as well, because if he loses that gunfight to Standy there, you leave that in a 2 versus 2. That could have been incredibly problematic, but they don't choke the 4 versus 2. They had fantastic work just to get the first blood and the follow-up as well. Again, the cheeky little door opened up to set up Nasty to actually get the kill. So the strat was there for London. 2-0 in round count. The kills have been flowing as well. Things are looking good for Ravens.
So far, so good. 2-0 to the Ravens against a team that we were coming into this one banging the drum saying they're absolutely brilliant at search and destroy. Far from over though yet. Scraps, what do you got with the snipe? Lovely concussive work there.
TJ with the first blood.
Doesn't know how many players are over here, so we'll see. The Ravens can play the advantage here. No one's got eyes on the flank just yet. Asim could go big here. He's got to get his move on though. Dead silence is running out.
I think this problem though is Vegas, they're just like prowling. They got bodies everywhere. And yeah, easy to watch that flank. Doesn't matter if you go halfway around or all the way around. Everything is covered. TJ gets in prime position. And that is the bounce back round Vegas are looking for. Bar some insanity for Scraps, but no, they're not even flying at him, giving him literally nothing to work with. That is a perfectly executed round out of Vegas.
Yeah, they can all hear him as well. Scraps moving very, very loudly in this 1v4. I don't think anyone's going to try and give any kills to him because he's on a 3 spree. And he's open for it. Oh, here we go. We see that player. Clay stay safe. I mean, this is deadly. There we go. The round done.
Weirdo Scraps. I don't know what he was trying to do.
On El Asilo, that cruise missile, incredibly useful. He was halfway
bait him out, maybe.
Vegas, though, they get themselves around on the board. An important one. No streaks. The spree comes to an end.
And mixing things up as well. I know that first round, Clay looking for the snipe on sort of the radio tower side of the map. Scraps actually had sort of the perfect counter, picking the angle just to look through the crack of that door, but Glacier knows they weren't having too much success, pulls out the tack, gets down low, a lot closer to his teammates, and Vegas simply just bully their way through on the site. So, little adjustments always going to be made, and now for London, it's their turn maybe to switch things up. A lot of success on the sort of outer A hit last time. This time,
Scraps
Chow's again down low. Stun wasn't enough to stop him, but it's enough to set up everybody.
Oh.
Trapped in a corner and gunned down. As a beautiful round. Temp last man standing. He's getting shot at along the way. London waste 0 time to get that offensive win.
Will be perfect. It is indeed. The shoes on the other foot now, and the Ravens are kicking. Perfect rounds back to back from either side. The Ravens have to be feeling good after that one. Extremely confident open there from Scraps, and I think it was 3 of the round. It was indeed for Asim. Beautiful work from him. An immaculate bounce back there out of the Ravens.
Hey, I just like the aggression as well. You know, the first time we saw Scraps go down low and chow that like mid lane gunfight, like 3 or 4 stuns and like a couple frags landed on his forehead to back him down. Didn't care at all. Goes for the same square up chow, looking for the early pick if he can get it. And that might be some of that homework coming through, catching a player being aggressive down that lane. And obviously Asim had the perfect follow-up. The attack usage was there. And London again with attack usage, at least connecting with the stun to slow TJ down. But all about that information game. This is a very passive setup right now for a team with a 19% retake success rate.
I think after this one, it might be going up, mate. Let's find out, though. On planted, 40 seconds. The round goes to Vegas. Will we see the retake now from London? Fanning out across the map. Nasty's pumped the brakes. Clayster going to be activating dead silence. He can move silently now-ish across the map. He has the bottom side of the bar covered. Asim looking for an entry. Bang, noisy entrance. Clay spotted on the stairwell. He's got a present for him in the form of this frag grenade. Lands, no kill though. Oh, Clay, stay alive. Check your corner, Asim gets it on the hop. Next player over towards
still only 15 seconds though.
Gotta get moving.
And Standy's literally, they're both on the point.
Someone has to hop it in the next
yeah.
2
Oh,
seconds.
they didn't get it.
So long to the fact that you have
they didn't get it.
Players alive.
Good job for Vegas.
Don't even have anyone in position to touch the thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's just tough.
That's a fast plant.
Again, we know going in, we see the 19% success
That's a
rate.
good job
give
for
the
Vegas.
bomb plant up for free. And technically, the strat was there on the execution. They had the extra men for the job towards the end, but just not enough time to work with. And that is a situation where if you're 1 for 5 for the retakes, giving up a bomb for free just seems like risky business. And I think Vegas will just sort of walk away and be like, all right, I guess they didn't want to win that one. GG, we'll go on to the next round.
3-2. A single round advantage still for the Ravens. Retakes a little bit better, but not quite there on the full completion. Asim looking for streaks here. 1 more kill. Nets himself a cruise missile. Clay once again going for the pixel perfect moment. He has to catch those players on the hop. Incredibly difficult shot to hit. We'll see if he can get one in this series alone.
He's going for the reposition. I know it's a little dance back and forth. The players popping out of pool. And Asim's got the dead silence. He is making moves. Clayster potentially going to get shot in the back here in a moment. Or maybe Asim just picking a new angle. But he is in a great position to find a first blood if his teammates can dish him up any information. But right now it's a very scattered map. And I think a couple of these arrows are ready for the flank. They have an idea that Asim might be behind him, but that doesn't mean the timing's going to go your way.
Oh no. Good opportunity though to get that kill. If he can catch Temp unaware, Scraps is keeping him pinned down. Here we go. We send Asim in, get the streaks. Lovely work. Bomb now making its way over towards B immediately, and Clay cracks the door. Pistol
Oh, yeah, the pistol.
on a 7. That bomb should go down, and this is a wonderful bounce back from the Ravens.
Standy 1v4.
Literally how you write it down. Get Asim in position. I think it was Nasty making a little bit of noise to draw the attention for Temp, just to send his boy in for the kill. And even for the aggressive follow-up. Doesn't matter if you can shoot a Vastnev that well, you're not clutching that situation. And London on the game plan front, it's kind of similar to the Hydro, where like they're doing some of the more difficult things correctly. They are putting themselves in a good spot. Hydro, they just failed to execute. An overall better job so far on Asilo, but it is rounds like the retake situation where they don't have enough time on the clock that sort of stand out in my mind, but an advantage in the game nonetheless.
Marching forward to a search and destroy upset as far as we're all concerned. El Asilo means asylum in Spanish, and things, while not crazy, a little loopy to start things off. There come the stuns. Ravens once again, good tactical usage. A lot of information gained there, and they've got 2 players there on the bomb site instead of A. Clay, though, with a wall bang, catches one out completely unaware. TJ finds a second. Massive advantage. Here from Vegas, Asim doing what he can, but it's a 3v1, all down to Nasty.
Yeah, that is a perfect strat from Vegas right there. I think they're going to do that almost every single time of sending TJ.
Ooh, he was so close to that wall bang.
He got the intel that players pushed into the site and basically just gives Clayster the go sign, the green light to start shooting through that wall. So gets the information perfectly. That is as good as it gets on offense. And as he does have dead silence, but is also one shot and dead. So no clutches there. Vegas again, perfection. Literally just TJ diving to the corner. The timing is completely on point just to catch like the foot of those players jumping through the window. So I sort of like that opening strat. We got to do that in rank play, Moss.
I was just about to say, if I cross and I see those players, I'm like, all right, start lighting that wall up. That little paper thin wall on the inside of the A-bomb site is not going to survive that TAC 56. Good stuff out of Vegas. Teaching everyone here. I played 1 game of rank this morning with Jeremy Stud. Did not go well. Did not go well. I love you, Jay, but we'll talk about this later. Here we go. Another round up for Vegas. 4-3 as Asim has pumped the brakes.
Yeah, definitely waiting on the timing here. Maybe for the tax and nades to roll through as you see Scraps again at the start of the round.
He's waiting
the homing missile for everything is Asim is using the missile of his own. Clayster's going to be down low, but you back him out of the sight. That's the opportunity for Yuli to get in the mix, and Clayster trying to get back out for the positioning. He gets picked off, and London now a very strong advantage in this round.
Yeah, the bomb plant's going to come through immediately. That's going to land. However, number 8, TJ, as silent as you like, finds 1 kill and a nasty. He's going to have to back on now, but he has the opportunity to chow here. Yuli, hold it! No!
Wow.
TJ wins the fight! He's going to dive straight onto the bomb. Scraps and Asim. They've got to make something happen sooner rather than later. That's the wallbang spot. Easy reads. Mighty Marshall. Ow! Shooting teammates. Bloody pandemonium. Asim gets another. 2v1. Last man on the bomb. And surely this is the round. Standy. No way! He wins this. No, there's no way. Scraps last man left alive. Seconds.
He actually read it at first.
That was a close one indeed, but the Ravens post-plant spot pays off.
The wallbang spot was nice.
Do everything right, and I still get so nervous when they start team shooting, when they're flying into this site, but perfect bomb plant location. You get your ARs into the exact spot that you want them to be able to check the bomb. And even the cruise missile off the rip just to get in control. On a game plan front, London Royal Ravens on a Asilo have been completely perfect right now against Vegas. Now the pressure's on for Legion. See if TJ wants to go and fly in the corner.
All right, one more round for London.
No one's got the bomb. TJ's got the check. He sees a player, but Yuli, he's playing this aggressive. Doesn't matter. Stuns on point. TJ first blood. And Clay there for the quick follow-up.
It's another great attacking round out of Vegas. Bomb in hand attempt. And I'll say, though, in this 2v4, Nasty's in a great spot to maybe, get a couple of kills here. Oh, he better get all the kills here now. It is a 1v4. Vegas, guessing game as to where the hell Nasty's coming from, but let's find out. There's a minute to play here. Vegas will get the bomb plant for sure. But will they catch Nasty before he catches one of them?
I think this is really about just efficiency on the timing. Get some kills if you can find him. Shuts TJ down. I know TJ, I mean, had like 2 in a row. So nothing crazy there.
So 1v4?
We're just going to play for the KD. We'll see what Nasty can do.
25 on the clock. Noisy Nasty. Incredibly noisy Nasty. Bang, round the corner, straight into Clayster. Every single possible corner will be covered by Vegas. There's no way you're going to pull off any mad shenanigans against a team of this caliber in a moment like that. But another chance. Great opening attack on the offensive rounds here from Vegas. TJ has been instrumental in every one of them.
And, you know, I don't know exactly if we'll see a round 11. Obviously, London's still 1 round away, or even who would get offense and defense. But I'm thinking if I'm London, if TJ is going to keep diving in that corner, I'm trying to land 3 or 4 frag grenades in that exact spot he's going to and see if you can get a free first blood that direction. But whether or not we will see that round, it is London's turn to attack. They can end the game here. And Vegas this time, they've left B almost wide open. They are expecting the A hit. They are ready for this pressure.
Yep, a lot of pressure. Place is going to have that top tower coverage. Stun check, nobody home. Looking out for the tips to toes. That's a big deal. Asim's going to get pressured now. Here comes Standy. Knows there's blood in the water and he's circling. Just over a minute to play. There's Standy in that corner. Looking for the reach out. Lovely work. No damage dealt, but Standy in a magnificent spot. This is a good look from Vegas on defense.
He's just in position too. I think Scraps might have seen
him. You're gonna take it to round 11 here.
Sort of out of the play,
I think, unless it's something crazy happens 2v4.
So Clayster right now with all of the intel and the 4 versus 2. Unless Yuli can go crazy with the bomb. He does have dead silence popped and he finds an entry. And a little bit of time to work with, but the tax and nades have been on point from Vegas. And Clayster, though, he tries to hunt them, ends up getting world started. And here we go, 2v2.
2v2 never over yet.
No way.
25 seconds on the clock. Yuli still got to get himself over towards a bomb site. Temp's got the coverage. Sees the spot. And oh my, Scraps springs to life and all down to Standy now. 1v2. This is for the
way.
Vegas to stay alive. Ravens, here we go.
And this is tough for Standy because he's going to be making noise on this approach. And there is 5 different corners you can play just in the site, let alone trying to kill Scraps after the fact. But isolate the players if you can. And for Standy, better pray he doesn't get tagged up and made 1 shot because he is in between them both.
He's actually put himself in a spot to maybe get at least 1. There's the first spring.
No!
Tags are there.
Oh!
No hope in hell. The Ravens on the board. They take the search and destroy.
Wow, they threw a 2v4, man.
And I'll say, good luck.
Oh my goodness. Vegas threw that S&D. I mean, they had to make a hella comeback because they were down pretty heavy, pretty fast, but wow. I don't know. I don't even know what to think about that or whose even fault it was. They just kind of let it kind of slip away.
Clutches as well. And on top of that, Yuli also had 4 bomb plants. So certainly you got to tip the performance there on the objective front. Yuli getting the job done. And obviously across the board, London, fairly comfortable game, I'd say. And obviously a lot of credit to Asim for the double-digit kills.
It's a classic Asim stat line in a search and destroy game. At just over 10 minutes, 11 kills to his name. No one else really close apart from Scraps there at 9. But you'll take it. If you are a Ravens fan, we are all squared up. 250 to 117. The first map, not terribly close, but now, oof. Questions. Hotel control. Who the hell walks away with this one? Desk thought, was it Chris thought it was game 5? Or Nathan thought game 5 going the way of Vegas? We'll find out though after those kind of search and destroy performances. Hotel, very much going to be an interesting one. Chance. I've no idea. I've got no idea. Hotel as well. This could be an absolute banger.
Stoppable force versus a movable object. You have Vegas on an 8-loss streak, and you have London with a 3-10 record on the map. So an opportunity for someone to have some fun.
Certainly indeed. Fun we will be had. But first, a quick commercial break. The other end of it, though.
Too loud. Too loud. All right. As we are going to be getting into the hotel control, I think Vegas probably has the upper hand, but London maybe showing that they have a little life in them. So we'll see what happens. 4 crazy matches today. All of them look like they're just going to be down to the wire, man. We got the Battle of LA next. LAG versus LA Thieves. The Gorillas versus the Thieves. Should be a good one. LAG really needs points really bad, and the Thieves trying to stay hot, trying to stay at a top caliber team. Then we got NYSL and Optic. Of course, both teams haven't lost yet. I think they're both 1-0, so both teams want to stay perfect. And well, actually, no, NYSL played yesterday, but they won yesterday, huh? They beat the Rocker yesterday. And then, of course, the big one of the day, the bounty match, Atlanta FaZe going up against the Toronto Ultra, as should be a pretty banger a match coming in. Lots of cool stuff going on here. Toronto Ultra kind of coming in a little slow into this stage, and FaZe got to try to stay hot. I believe FaZe and Thieves are tied near the top. FaZe still number 1 in the rankings, even though they haven't won anything this year. Oh, did they win one? I think they did. I think they won like Major 2. Maybe Major 1. No, Optic won Major 1. Didn't they? I don't remember. But yeah, lots of good stuff here. I'm gonna grab me a drink. Be right back. All right, as we're almost ready to get into all right, let's get into it.
The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck. Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by the new series Citadel, premiering on April 28, only on Prime Video.
An electrifying finish there on Asilo sees the Search and Destroy go the way of the Ravens, and now we're all squared up 1-1. Vegas, now, will they be able to win a control? That's the question. They're not going to be able to do much without TJ at his seat, but that chance is a tough look for both squads in the mode.
Good God.
Well, absolutely.
5 and 20?
19 earlier from Vegas. So whatever happened there, obviously not great. And this kind of correlates to London's success on hotels specifically as well. 5 and 13 record overall. They're 3 and 10 on hotels. So the offense and defensive win rates are basically what it is on the map that we're going to. And a defense rate right at 50%, not too shabby. And offense being at 40% is about middle of the pack of the league. So statistically, in terms of like round win percentage, London are kind of average, a little bit below average, but not as bad as the record sounds. They're 0-6 in the round 5s. They've just had no ice on this map. And again, for a 3-10 record, if you just reverse, and I know this is a made-up imagination thing to do, but if you reverse those round 5s record, they'd be like 9-4 on this map. So it's literally like an ice situation on London, because on offense and defense, they can get the job done on Hotel. And none of that sort of limelight for Vegas. They've just been bad straight across the board on this map. It has not been a good look. That being said, though, Standy is the new dynamic. He is sort of that, main entry, picking up more kills. We need the Slayer on our team to deliver for us. And maybe Hotel can be his home. Maybe he'll, I don't know, book a stay. There's a lot of jokes here. But.
I was going to say, like, where's he going with this one? That's right, we're all going Hotel. There we have it. Game 3 on its way. Neither team honestly loving it, but a lot more reps, I think, for the Ravens. But again, a very different roster. Defensive win rate, slight advantage there. We'll see if Standy is the man to turn it all around for Vegas. But the Ravens, a little bit of a hotter hand coming onto that search and destroy. Let's see how we go. Game of control. You don't want to go to the final round 5 if you are London. You want to get this done ASAP. Let's get into it.
And keep in mind for Vegas, with like that hunt to try to get top 8 for champs, they're down by a bit, and if you lose to London, you are going to be shook. Like, this could be devastating to lose to the 12th seed. So London an opportunity to play spoiler, and cheeky little start, letting him spread the map. Certainly more pressure over towards A.
Hit him in the face with the stun.
Tagged up, stun, naded, everything but child.
Lovely dance from both teams to start things off over here. Asim not on the A zone. Again, it takes a fair minute to capture both zones, A and B. You've got 30 lives to throw at each other depending on the round or how it goes. But for now, could be a 2-man stack out of the Ravens. One player on B as well. Yuli's over by B, so you've spread them out. Will this pay off for London?
Well, at the very least, you see Yuli just dragged 4 of those arrows down towards that B zone. So they're just playing aggressive and playing for the kills if they can get them. You see Nasty picking up a kill in the feed. You got the exact same. Nasty's picking up 2. And maybe if London were able to sort of pierce that setup and get past TJ, an opportunity to fly through and go towards B. But it's just the continuation of the very slow capture. As London again working the double flank, and honestly, Temp might just be the next man in line. They're taking their time for the teamwork to show up right now. And
London has captured A, but looks like Vegas has very good hold on B here. Oh my gosh, they got so many people pushed up.
The rest of the alphabet still at play. With A being captured, we add a minute to the game clock. Temp's taken care of now. Nasty 1 kill off of a cruise missile. That's going to be handy as well here on Hotel. Lots of open angles to play with it. TJ on the cross. Gunned. That's going to be the cruise in the back pocket for the Ravens. It's 2-life lead as well.
I like it from Nasty taking his time as well. Knows that eventually someone from Vegas likely going to chow, but he is getting in position. And now that Nasty's here, he's going to be blocking those spawns and forcing these players out. And every single player on Vegas just died.
3 big kills from London.
Might end up
now they're capping.
Perfect round 1 on offense.
Oh, it's outstanding so far. 2-man stack as they are soaking.
They're a couple kills away from capping this.
Free from him. The second segment on its way out. Ravens looking to take round number 1. There's the second gone. Dive onto the point, lads. Stack it up. Standy's up next.
That's
taking
it.
care of Nasty on a tear. Nasty on a tear. Looking to find any more.
A 9 streak for Nasty.
The man has done it all.
Oh my
Let's start
gosh.
from the Ravens.
Yeah, as easy as you want it is as easy as London is going to get it. I mean, literally off the break, super patient, taking their time. They're always there to, like, trade the kills. And as soon as they got that pressure on the map, I mean, Nasty just never died. That was like a 10 spree. He goes out towards Shandy and is just super patient, waiting for all the kills to fall into his lap, knows exactly when he needs to actually jump on the map and make moves over towards Spa. And, I mean, simply every single kill just went London's way. That is a clinical round 1. And hey, I mean, Nasty's got the cruise missile in the back pocket. Still yet to die second time.
I know. 9-1 overall. Ravens on defense now. Asim, what can you do against the entirety of the Vegas roster? And I tell you what, if you held that line, you might have taken 2 more. 2 members over towards A. Spawns over there as well. So now Vegas, a wonderful opportunity for them to capture the A zone. The Ravens are not giving up on this, though. They will commit to a hit. Big win from Yuli. That's massive. Still, that A zone is falling real quick. Second segment gone. We're looking at an extra minute, unless anyone can get there quick.
Yeah, I think Stanley probably just got equalized in that moment because the setup would have been on point, but Yuli is not shied away from, you know, doing a nice little spin move on somebody to get the kill. But now Vegas are finally starting to collect the kills. They've shut down Nasty, which is a massive sort of boost, some wind in their sails, and a little bit of freedom on the map to work with. But obviously, still a very long way to go. We'll see if Temp can execute in the same way Nasty did. At least he got TJ out the back, but Nasty has been unstoppable on that side of the map. The teamwork on point.
Standing 1 and 6.
Control.
Very much running it so far. Stanley gets the second kill of the game. What a crazy thing to do here in Control. Low kill game's quite common. We'll see if this is one of those. TJ does eat that stun, unfortunately. Minute 30 to play with, though. Ravens are quite well spread, but it's a 2-2 hit. Oh, that's a big win. Oh, no way! Yuli walks away with a pair.
That's just clinical. And now Temp has been in what sort of a standoff against Scraps for God knows how long on the bedroom side of the map. But Scraps is getting kills in the meantime. So Temp's been staring at a wall. Meanwhile, Scrap is picking up pieces. And that is just going to be a devastating blow. And I mean, right now, you are just spawning out, have to hike across the map. Finally, some kills going their way. You know Scraps is still going to be behind you, and Scraps is still winning gunfights on the backside of the map, but now put the pressure on the B zone and maybe force Scraps out of hiding.
Four Scraps out hiding, calling the cruise maybe.
Oh my god.
Scraps still going, mate. It's a 5 spree. Back in their spawn. Yuli finds kills on point. Last man up. Oh, the Ravens have wiped Vegas. Clean off of the B zone. They're going to get rid of the progress that was captured there. Make it all safe again.
Temp does have bedroom. They have bedroom control, though.
Looking for streaks. One more kill's all he needs, and he gets a cruise as well.
Man, that's an ab workout as well, just belly crawling up some steps. But that is 2 kills coming through. The ARs right now trying to be the backbone of the team for London. The SMGs are going to fall, but Scraps is still behind enemy lines, and he hasn't taken a gunfight in a minute, but might just be able to jump up on Clay. Perfectly executed for the cruise. The teamwork is there, and Vegas still yet to find any success. Scraps has found his next hiding spot on the map.
Yeah, it's just... Scraps is difficult to deal with, like a tick.
Okay, now they have some control. Temps in there. Never mind.
That's a 10-second timer frozen. Over to Asim, now trying to clear these players out. Every possible angle covered. Clay around the corner into the feed. No problem. You look at the capture potential here as the Ravens up for a
2-stack.
second.
This could be trouble. Only 1 tick left.
Final chance. You've got to get going, London.
You gotta chop through mid. You gotta go. Somebody's gotta do something.
Standy's the only one left.
The tick is so close to going.
Oh.
This time they get the timing perfect.
The nades got them. They didn't
have
have no trophies.
Jump on it, and what a way to win that round. I thought Vegas were about to be able to execute, but so many little things going wrong, and at the end, I guess they just didn't have a trophy. Looks like a Semtex kill was able to come through. I think the tax on point, the savior in that final moment. And this is scary hours right now for Vegas. Down 2-0 in the control, shaping up to potentially be down 2-1 in the series against the 12th seed at a time where you are desperate for CDL points.
They're getting very frustrated indeed. Vegas Legion. Well, there was, here we go. London, one more round is exactly what you wanted if you're a Ravens fan. Those final games, those round 5s here on Control have not been good whatsoever. Yuli, 2-man stack here alongside Scraps as they approach towards the B zone, and the stuns and the nades will deter their progress only momentarily. Stanley's going to find that kill. It's going to make A bit more preferable. That's taking place on the other side of the map. Yuli quickly moving to reinforce. Might be able to get there in time. Big wins out of the Ravens on this side of the map. They should capture A. Unless Clay, no, there it is. Scraps again, big win. Finds himself kill number 11 here in the game, and that's a stacker on A.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, London are happy just to leave one man on the point to maybe buy time and get some extra kills. So they've got everything covered. Nasty's watching a deep cross, and he should be on point, but you actually have to trade Temp. Temp is able to pick up 2. Finally, the trades come through, and the Schnapper and Snake out of Scraps in that moment. That'll be a 3 spree for him. That'll be the A zone captured, and that'll be 2 minutes and 15 seconds for them to work with. And by the way, this is Nasty. Bag just getting solo chowed on the bottom side of the map as he has just been picking Vegas apart. And the opportunity to let it ride finally Temp there to shut him down.
I know, Nasty should have stayed by that chandelier because he's been cooking. 2 minutes still on the game clock now. You've still got streaks to go. Yuli can't get a pair. There's now pressure from Vegas. They start to flood on out towards the defensive side of B. Back on a Scraps. 3 spree from him. If he can get any closer in on towards this point, get a couple of kills, his teammates are going to be smiling. But for right now, awkward spot to be in. His teammates are getting picked apart chance. Life count going the way of Vegas.
Yeah, at some point he's going to have to make a move because his teammates are getting decimated over towards it, but his teammates actually now have bedroom control. So this is the moment right here. If you can just snap and get a couple of these kills, Scraps will be spawning these players out. And Scraps should know this. That they are going to be far away. It's really just maybe one gunfight for him to win. He's going to get the first. Now he's constantly going to be annoying. He needs his teammates to jump on the zone.
Yeah, Vegas, top side of the map. That's where they're coming from. This is a massive opportunity now. Scraps, nearly Stanley with a big win. Straight onto the point we should fly. Tags from Nasty. Concussed. In a lot of trouble now as he's desperately trying to get further forward. Yuli with a great coverage. Clay wins a fight, and that should be the push stopped. Can Temp find any more kills as the Ravens have had to slow this down. 1 minute to go. Here comes Tej.
No,
Big
they're
wins
still
at
in the
Yuli and
mid.
a team.
Two down.
One more to go, and they can dive on this point.
They got 2 on the
Solo
point.
Chow after solo Chow, and now
Uh-oh.
Ravens had the coordination to take
Oh,
Vegas
no.
down. Bunch of players through
3
mid,
stack
and Glacier
on
gonna be able
B.
to come through
This
spot,
could
but
be
it's
it.
the 3-man stack. Glacier's gonna fall, and nobody's home.
That's it.
TJ's taking a
That's
route
it.
and a half, but he's not gonna get there in time.
God.
In London, they get it
London.
done in a 3-0 fashion.
Wow. Gonna put Vegas down 2 maps to 1 with a win and control. All they have to do now is win a hard point. But if Vegas just got to stay hot in the hard point, then as they showed in map 1, they can really put it together. But they're really kind of falling apart right now. As Standy 9 and 16, Temp 10 and 14. And you got Scraps on the other side, 15 and 7, Nasty 18 and 10, and Yuli 16 and 9 on the other side, really killing it. London trying to come out of the woodworks and put a little bit of an upset over the Vegas Legion. Can they pull it off? I think they can.
Felt like they're trying to take him down. Round 1, Nasty was allowed to go on a 9 spree, and I don't think London did anything particularly crazy. You just get your ARs to flank through the chandelier side of the map. You force out the spawns. You jump on the hill. Like, it was just very basic stuff Ravens were able to do, but they executed to perfection. And it wasn't like a crazy performances necessarily, just a game like clockwork. They're happy to take away that 3-0 win.
Ravens followed the game plan very happily indeed. Here are the highlights. Mostly the Ravens. They had the run of things here, in particular Nasty. I think it was a 9 spree before he was finally brought down. Beautiful stuff from him. And again, it's a lot of map control. It's not just running around, chasing red dots that don't exist. Very much playing the spawns of Hotel here. Nasty again, that was the 9. Beautiful way to get things going. They started the round off strong as well. Great work indeed. That 2-piece from Yuli as well. Glorious. We had streaks from Scraps in case you needed them chance. It was all Ravens all day here on Hotel.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if they ever invested either of the cruise missiles
No,
that
I
they
didn't
had.
see no
Yeah, I was going
cruises.
to say if it was very early on or sort of in a strange moment, but literally no pressure to, no need. I mean, a gunny like that certainly helps as well. The snake's always on point, but now this is a truly terrifying moment, I would say, for Vegas. Again, they're playing the 10th, 11th, and 12th seeds in the league currently at the time in a stage where they are desperate for points to get into the winner's bracket, to get some momentum. And a loss to the 12th seed, I mean, that is why the look of stress is on those players' faces. That is unideal.
Oh my.
Especially with a .65
Unideal.
TKD in control. It's kind of like impressive to be that bad at a game mode over the course of the entire year and to never really see those improvements.
Yes, it is tough. There's something about it. We've brought this up on air before. Clayster has never been very good at control. He never has. It's just something that since BO4, he's never been that good at it. He might have won the ring, but it is just the way it is.
He might have won the ring, he
once
said,
again.
but he
Beautiful
sucks
look
at
there. The
control.
2.4 there out of Scraps at the 15 and 7 mark.
Wow.
Momentum. They're starting to catch the updrift. Will they be able to set flight and set soar here on Embassy? Coming up next, it's going to be a hard point. We saw the first hard point was very one-sided in my opinion. Chance the 250 to 117. Hydro though, a very different map here on Embassy. We'll see if those submachine gun players can get the old going over there on the next hard point. And that's
I mean, I suppose like that is the good news on whatever happened on the old left side of the screen. But the good news is, I guess, for Vegas, you won the Hydro. Like, that should have been the more difficult hardpoint map for you to win. You'd imagine Embassy is going to a little bit be stronger for them, but maybe not necessarily by a crazy margin. I think London have only played it twice the entire year, so 1-1 record. So obviously, Yuli, the new man on the squad, kind of undetermined, the amount of impact that he is going to have on this map. But in terms of game plan, I'd say London have been on point the entire series. Like, fundamentally, they are playing most situations incredibly well. Even in the Hydro, they were consistently setting themselves up. The execution just did not exist. So if you're just able to execute, get a couple early rotation wins on, like, you know, the AC Hill on a P2 on Embassy, who knows if they can make the goods happen. So a lot of pressure now on this Vegas squad. I mean, truly, about the most important time of the year. It's coming up on it.
Oh, absolutely. The chips are certainly down right now for Vegas. There's no going back. You want to force that game 5 as hard as possible. And even then, the Ravens have been looking very solid in search and destroy as well. So that game 5, that'll be one hell of a decider if we have to go there. But the Ravens, you can pull it out here on Embassy. You will be smiling. A 3-1 over Vegas Legion. Good luck on the pick'ems, ladies and gents. I bet there's a few of you sweating right now. Me? Not so much. Let's get into this one. Almost ready to party. Map number 4 here in the series.
Well, Temp is certainly a top performer, certainly in the kills column and the damage, completely on point on Hydro, and we see a big result in their success. I know Stanny as well had, you know, more than 2 minutes in the hill. Also, the slang was on point, so certainly looking on those players to pick things up, because I think it was quite literally Temp and Stanny that got off to like a 2-10 start combined on the hotel control. So you need your hot hand hot when it comes to the respawn. A lot of pressure on Vegas to get that bounce back. I'm genuinely nervous for him.
Hey, let's find out what happens, my brother. Into the map we go. Oh, son of a... That's not a great start. It's a lot of map presence lost, but you haven't lost P2. So Embassy, folks, again, for those who just joining us the first time, the Insomnia Gaming Festival, folks, we're having a fantastic time. And obviously you're rooting for the Ravens, because let's face it, you're in the United Kingdom. Yuli, though, with 2 there. This is a small map, a very spicy one indeed. Look for those submachine gun players to go absolutely wild. Embassy certainly gets the blood flowing. Certainly tickles the pickle in rank play. But for so far, so good for Vegas. Lovely start for them. They've got that center of the map controlled, low right-hand side of the minimap. That's where we're going next, though.
Yeah, very interesting moment of the game, right? Just because those P2 spawns are going to have them, at least for the initial, but you are trading away a decent chunk of time on P1, and TJ wins the gunfight in the hills, so it'll be a small lead for Vegas, and now on the approach to P2, it looks like they're getting quite a few of these kills. You see Yuli gets traded, and Nasty, that last man standing, and Nasty, big responsibility, hold off the entire team. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, he's doing what he can. From that back line, these trucks, once they blow up, a happy place to be for an assault rifle player. Stanley with the big tags. That's going to be pressure now. Uli makes his way forward. Scraps on the pinch. Oh, it's all coming together for the Ravens. Stanley, though, into the point he will now fly. Contests. No score for anyone until you clean him up. Beautiful shots there from Stanley as well. Reinforcements arrive, but Seaman, Nasty right back at it. Somehow, still alive!
Yo!
Oh, Nasty! Mr. Plumridge in the feed. What a kill.
Yeah, he had a big job to do, hold off the entire team, and that is exactly what he did, unmovable from that back truck until eventually TJ goes and shoots him in the side. So looks like Vegas going to sort of chalk it up and get that scrap time. But on that rotation, the team right now trying to fly and fry. I think Temp going to be up top as well, but Temp is lonesome for a minute. A lot of Ravens in position, and if Temp falls off, well, there you go. That's all the control you want of the up top section where the actual hard point's going to be. So London maybe going to get there first. It has been a scrappy battle. You got arrows all over the place. No one inside time.
It's a bloody mess, isn't it? Here comes the next one for Yuli. Will Stanley check this? I'll be amazed. Not a hope in hell. 6 and 4 out of Yuli. Over to the hard point we now go. This hard point, a tough one. On the highest of high ground here on Embassy. Not a lot of ways up there. So look for the nades to land. Trophy system now in place from Temp. That's going to eat anything thrown at the hard point. And the double trophy certainly make things there a bit easier. But for now, Ravens got to get close. They've got to get a man on the point. Standy holding it down. He's finally been killed. So again, an open hard point chance. No one's really able to get near the bloody thing.
Yeah, this has been like the least grabbed hill I think we might have ever seen on AC. Finally, Vegas are there to get the final 20 seconds, but that was probably one of the more awkward situations where neither team able to get full control. But at least as far as the rotation game sort of goes, you know, Ravens in a bit more control, get a couple more bodies, but no one actually over towards the back. And you see Vegas get those back spawns. Number 3 Scrap spawns out, so I know you got a body inside of the hill, but it's going to be Yuli by himself, and he's got, again, a big responsibility to try to kill everybody. He gets 2, but it's not enough. Vegas are going to get that time.
Getting there, they get that time, and they break early on, so there's a lot of time to be had here. Let's see if they can soak it on up, because they need it. Ravens still nipping at the heels. Standy oscillating from one hallway to the other. Perfect check, lovely shots, good moves. Snake's on point, however, not from behind. TJ's up next. Will Scraps check this possible corner? He should be in position to get it, maybe. Good crossfire. Vegas hold it down. Another out of TJ. Lovely work from him. 5 in a row. Looking for streaks.
Yeah, he would love to get that cruise missile as well and keep this streak going. Simple stuff there for Vegas after they get the break. They just get to set up, and now Sandy, an opportunity. He is by himself on the map. He's waiting for Clayster for the support, but he gets a little bit of that support. Question is do you hear the guy behind you? That is not the case, so nothing equalized there in that moment. And now Clayster just needs to stay alive, live up top, wait for his teammates to get nearby, because it is very distant, a far run the rest of the Legion have to do.
Yeah, really tough. Huge lead now from Vegas, continuing to develop. Ravens then managed to get into the kitchen. It's a tiny little box, and they're in. The doors are shut. Clay's not going to have much effect. He's going to have to get closer in onto it. Here we fly. Open for a sec, and he's in. Teammates with a perfect pitch. Shots are in. This should be the hold from Vegas. Clay's got the time. TJ clears out laundry only, but for one. Nasty in on it. You should be able to get some more pressure out of this if you're the Ravens.
Oh, that was a good reaction from Clayster. As soon as he opens the door, he's like, oh, they hopped out of the hill. I could just freely push forward. And in spite of that, when everything shakes up on this hill, London eventually just win the gunfights in and around the point. So they get back inside potentially for those final 20 seconds. The nade's going to force him down, and that nade smoke, too tough to see through. Asim happy for it, as he is still collecting this time. And as you still have Vegas players just throwing their lives to try to get away for those extra few seconds. Obviously, we're going into a P1, so nothing too crazy there. You just want to get those power positions. But hey, first set of rotations in, similar-ish to what we saw on the Hydro. Vegas with a comfortable lead.
Very comfortable indeed. Kills theirs as well. Back to the center of the map we fly. Standy plays Yuli like a fiddle up top. Meanwhile, from the men's bathrooms, Scraps is whizzing his way around. Tej, no, does manage to stop that one. So 130 and climbing right now for Vegas. The Ravens have got to get themselves a little bit closer to this hard point. And again, Embassy, a fast one. We're already back to the center of the map. We're already back to our next set. And so far, so good. Vegas still in the driver's seat.
Yeah, worth pointing out as well, TJ having a great game so far. 16 kills in already nearly 2 minutes inside of time. He's gotten almost every single second the Vegas have collected. And I think even inside of P1 as well, he's been pretty on point. But that is the final 10 seconds going to London. And this time, fantastic news for Vegas Legion. Nasty is not on that back truck. So already making the adjustments.
This should be good for him. Let's find out. Yeah, there we go. That's the back truck, and it's Clay and Temp, the ARs of Vegas. They're letting it rip. Although, look, who's that? It's Nasty, even at a distance. He feels the call towards that backside of the map, the yearning for it. Temp, though, will not relinquish the spot. He's going to keep a hold of this one. Yuli in the back line as well. What a power position this really is. In through the front door comes Asim. He does catch the one out. Over to Clay now, as Vegas is still swarming. Still keeping this time ticking. Chance 35 remaining.
Yeah, finally the contest coming through for the 50-50 gunfights. Clay does some damage, but that is just the wipe. So that is 30 seconds of time that, honestly, London are going to be incredibly happy to collect. So that's a substantial amount to actually be able to get to try to work your way back into this game on rotation, though. Standy picking up a couple extra kills to get the trophies out in towards the new hardpoint zone once it pops. But you have 3 of those airs for London. They are storming down. The opportunity to break is absolutely here.
Very different look here on the AC hill. Nice coverage there from Scraps. Will be able to get the second. Yuli's got his stairwell covered. Some aggression out of the Ravens is needed now. They are slowly closing the gap. Time to buckle up, Vegas. You're all in at this moment in time. Standy can't get a second. Scraps is there. The trades are complete, and it's Ravens. They're in the point. It's an early break. Lots of time to be had.
Oh, this is a beautiful break. This is the one that gets you right back in the game. So if you can stay alive in that corner for Vegas, nobody home. Number 4, Asim actually spawns out behind you as well. So maybe a small opportunity to jump, but you see the way Asim is playing it. He's playing distant, and now he's up top PD for Vegas. This is desperation time. Because right now, all this time to go away, is Standy the only player that can really make something happen. And he is doing such a good job of staying alive, and him and TJ actually break out. So that is not all of the scrap time being collected. So instead of a nearly tied up game, Vegas on that break in that moment did a good enough job to try to keep a little bit of distance on it. But obviously Asim is trying to set up his boys long term. They're here on the rotation. They're going to get this initial time.
This is huge. This is a huge turnaround. Ravens managed to make it to the embassy first. So we'll see if they can hold it. How will the setup fare? Scraps has got himself a corner by vending machines, and he's not looking for snacks. It's all about that scrap time. It's all about the kills. Trophies are in. Yuli's going to be the first line of defense on the inside of the hard point. Clay on the outside catches himself one. Starting to soften up these defenders. There's the contest. You've got Mans on the point. Clay trying to make something happen here as the Ravens are itching to take the lead for the first time here in the map. Let's go for a quick listen to London.
The doorway.
One more sun, I think.
I'm coming.
Nice. All right, let's start playing.
There's one, guys.
All right, yo, listen. There's spawning out.
Tennis.
I'm in court, yes.
Yo, 20. Everyone reset. Everyone reset, okay?
I have a good break on this. We're together,
The
guys.
kill is big here.
I'm going top.
Gas.
I've gone top PD.
Let's try to work top gas here, son.
I hear him in the eye.
I don't see anything. On the side.
Yeah, no, I can help you, guys.
There's two. They
Let's
stun
work
me.
top.
Stun me.
I'm gonna get a scrap.
Someone here with you?
Top really weak. Standy.
On the side,
In the
weak.
corner, but he's pretty.
Yeah,
I'm leaving. I'm
No,
going
no,
paper.
Standy. Alright, stand
Actually,
top.
no, I can help you. I can help you.
Yeah, you guys work right.
On the side, weak, Matt. Stay weak on the sign.
Yo, hit left here. If we hit gas, that guy's spawn out.
Dead.
That guy's gonna spawn out.
Stun him.
I'm in,
Stun
I'm
him.
You go laundry then if you want.
Need it for laundry. Got him.
Nice,
Go,
nice,
go,
nice.
you go
Slaps,
for me.
slaps,
I'll watch
slaps.
out. That kid's spawning out.
One hill dead. Yo, mid side hill.
Left corner and left corner. One for laundry. Guys. That's two.
He went into time. They're both
Spawning
in
guns.
I'm blocking gas.
He's going to
I'm
go
gonna cup
Tetris
you
and
on here. I'm
cut.
gonna
Watch out, bomb gas.
Yo, P1 one shot dead. One more Tetris.
Let's have bomb gas.
Yo, orange weak.
Right side time, right side time.
Orange and hill.
Weak in time in this corner.
Back on the dead.
Nothing orange. You got pinch laundry.
I got the pinch.
It's running out P2, right?
Pinch and launch weak.
Big time. Just
Mid alley, one shot. Please,
Pushing
three.
up
Launch
P2.
it.
Mid alley,
Help him, Byron.
Three. Last one.
Then I'm in.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright, hold this side of the map. Hold this side of the map.
Spawning orange. I spawned
orange.
P2.
He's just being annoying.
I'm playing
Tips
paper.
bomb orange. You're pulling an AR back out.
Orange dead.
Yo, make them do stuff here, yeah? We don't
I'm
need to
playing
push
paper.
it.
Massive lead change late now for the Ravens, and it is not over yet. Chance Vegas have got to go big.
Yeah, I mean, they are set up right now to play spoiler. They are still getting all the kills in the feed. Yuli and Scraps have been frying. Another two-piece. Get in that hill and collect the time. You even got Nasty up top in the power position, so Yuli knows he just has to look down low. London, this is as good as it gets. Clean, four-man wipe. Can you read these spawns?
Read the spawns, soak the time. It's not over yet. Asim eyes on many of them. You should be able to get a kill or two, at least cut them off, and they approach the hard point. 25 for the win. It can get done right here, right now, on P1. Ravens have got to hold it perfectly. Now, Standy and TJ and Clay in the feed. They buy themselves a second or two. They buy themselves a new hard point at the very least. Here we go.
And look, this is keep Nasty and Scraps away from that back truck. And you see Scraps already picking up the kills. He wins it on temp. And London, they are going to have the backside control on this P2 hill. On top of the fact that they have that 14-point lead. Maybe make it 15. And they got the initial. London in prime position to win it. Standing with two, though. Can't get the third. Does some damage. But London's still inside the point.
Nasty can't stay alive for much longer. The point is now open. Scraps cannot give up the back line control. Standy now on the flank as well. It's all down to the rest of the Ravens to hold this one. Can TGS find an opening? Standy with two.
God.
The break is on. But Nasty still alive and kicking. Holding it down for the squad.
Dude, Standy has been that two-piece machine inside the hill, just buying Vegas that little bit of life. But Nade's coming through. Nasty's still in position. You can jump on it right here.
Oh, Nasty dives in. One kill's all he gets out of it. No seconds either. Asim with the last-minute dives. Heroics. Here we go. They take care of Tej. They're managing to pull it out. Ravens now a few seconds from the win. Clay got to get this player off. 5 for the win. I think it's done. Asim brought down. Jiminy Crickets. We're going to a new hill. The Ravens are there first. This is it. Chance. It's over. If Ravens hold it, we're done.
Gotta fly and fry. I mean, TJ for one, but just get shot in the back and you are in the time. 2 more ticks to go through. And just like that, victory has been spoiled. Ravens with the upset. Pick'ems are chalked. In a series like that, potentially Vegas R2.
That is a massive moment for the Vegas Legion in their run. The season could be done for them. We will find out. For the Ravens, a much needed victory.